I'm Adam Gaines, a trumpet player from Green Bay, and I'm the professor of trumpet and jazz at UW Green Bay, and I also am in the Weidner Philharmonic. I'm the principal trumpet there. I play in brass differential, and I'm the co-founder and co-director of the Green Bay Jazz Orchestra. So my Heid music story is I moved to the area from Philadelphia in 2007. Of course, one of the biggest local store to go to for music needs was Heid, and I used it personally, and of course was one of many vendors for the university. In recent years, my former student and friend, Adam LaGrave, became the head instrumental tech at the Green Bay store. And so I like to use Adam whenever I can for my personal work, for my different trumpets that I own. And then even more recently, my youngest daughter, started taking piano lessons at the Heid store in Green Bay. Making music is sort of everything to me. I figured out when I was 14 years old that this is what I wanted to do for a profession. And so, as you become a professional musician, music takes on an extra dimension than just being fun. And it is fun. It's great fun to be a musician, and the better I get at it, the more fun it is. But also for me, it's my whole career, it's my life, it's how I met my wife, who's also a musician. So it's kind of all-encompassing of what makes up my entire life. My musical inspirations started, with people like, my dad was actually a trumpet player and had into college and then quit. But so that's how I picked up my first trumpet. In fact, it was my dad's old trumpet. And I grew up listening to his records. So I was listening to Chuck Mangione and Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass and things like that. And I was fascinated with the trumpet. So when I was in 6th grade, which is in Kentucky where I grew up, we started in 6th grade. That was the instrument for me. And I had already taken some piano lessons. And then now, I'm inspired by the musicians I play with more, really, than, for a long time, listening to recordings of incredible musicians and going to live concerts has always been really inspiring. But now, these days, because I'm so active as a musician myself, the inspiration really comes from the people I'm playing with, my colleagues in different ensembles. So experiences for me, yeah, there are probably so many that it's kind of hard to pick one that's like the main one. But I'll use one fun example. Chuck Mangione I mentioned being an example. I got to open for him sort of once when I was in graduate school and finally meet him. It was a chance to meet your heroes kind of a thing. And he was very nice, and he signed a picture for me and everything. And there was that sense, I was maybe 25 or so when that happened, a real sense of like, okay, this is it. I'm starting in the career that I'm connecting to these guys that are heroes of mine. So that was pretty formative. So we had our Jazz Fest a couple weeks ago at the university, and I said this to the crowd before introducing actually my old jazz band director, John LaBarbera, who was our guest artist, that John and people like him, my teachers, my music teachers, and now that I've become a music teacher, it really opened up the whole world to me. So music has this opportunity not just to play music and have fun with your friends and things like that, but to literally open up the world. Like, I travel the world. I go to Europe in the summer a lot and play, and I've been to Asia and played the trumpet. So music has taken me, places that I think other professions and other things that you would get into wouldn't really give you those opportunities. And it really is, in some ways, a universal language. You can go anywhere, and you can, especially as a jazz musician, I can sit in with anybody, and we all speak the same language that way.
Let us help you find your melody at Heid Music.